So I've been using Canva for a few years now, so I think it's safe to say that I learned a few things here and there, which is why today I want to show you 10 tips and tricks that I use to make a thumbnail by showing you how to make a thumbnail. So let's begin. So for starters, right here on Canva, you can choose what design you want to make. So let's say you want to make an ebook, you can go ahead and search ebook. If you want to make a banner, you can search banner. In this case, I'm going to make a YouTube thumbnail. So right here, YouTube thumbnail, I'll click it. And then I want to go ahead and make a custom one. And this is going to be a nice blank one. So Canva's automatically going to generate the right size, which in this case is going to be 1280 by 720 that you can see right here. So next, I want to go ahead and upload an image. So normally you can go ahead and head over here to upload and then upload files and then actually click the file you want to upload, but that takes too long. Instead, what you can do is go directly to the folder and then just drag it. It's really simple, really easy. And that looks nice and all, but I don't really like this background, so I can kind of move it a little bit, but I still can't get everything, obviously. So what I can do instead is just go to edit image and click BG remover, and that's going to go ahead and remove the background. And unfortunately, this is only available for Canva Pro, so if you have the free version, sorry, you're kind of out of luck. Now, it didn't quite get everything. I see this little thing over here, but that's okay. So there, it's starting to look a little bit better, but there's something missing, mainly text. So normally you can go ahead and go here to text and then just click add a heading, or just click from any of these texts that they already have. Otherwise, you can just go ahead and click T right there and it'll automatically just generate a text box for you. In this case, I want Canva. And then what I like doing is making it bold and then usually increasing the size to 200. And a font that I do like using is Anton. It's nice and easy, and there you go. Now I want to go ahead and make another one of these same exact things. So instead of clicking T again, I can copy and paste it. And instead of Control C, Control V, just go over it and then just Control V, and it'll go ahead and duplicate it, which is much easier. So here I want to write hacks. And there you go, it's starting to look a lot better now, but I want to add something more. I want to add an outline to make it look a little bit nicer. So if you go ahead and just click whichever word you want to go ahead and get outlined, click effects, and then right over here, click this button, and it's going to give you a nice outline. But the problem is this is hollow, so there's literally nothing behind it. And if you want to go ahead and give color to it, you basically have to go ahead and duplicate it and then just align it there. And then let's say I want the text to be blue. And I'm gonna go ahead and click none. So now you can see it has a nice thin little outline, but there's a problem. This element is actually on top of it and I want it to be behind it. So what I can do is just go over here all the way to position and then click to back, but that takes too long. So instead what you can do is just click it, click command and then open bracket, and it'll bring it to the back, and command close bracket will bring it to the front. But I kind of want to move this to the right. So if I go ahead and move it, there's a problem. It only selects the one that's in the front. So since there's two elements, I can go ahead and just manually select both of them and move them, but I want them to stay attached that way. So I want to group them. So you can either click group over here, or otherwise a shortcut is click command G and it'll automatically be grouped. So now whenever you go ahead and just move these two elements, they'll move as one. So it's starting to look a lot nicer, but I kind of want to make things a little bit more evened out. So I want both of these to be centered. So you can go ahead and hover both of these just like that, select both of them, go to position, and then right over here click center, and it'll go ahead and just center both texts there. So there, it looks a lot nicer now, but whenever I make thumbnails, I usually like to duplicate it and then just kind of change one thing about it. So in this case, I'm gonna go ahead and just change the color. I'll change it to this yellow over here. And if I scroll between them, I can't really tell which one is better. So I kind of want to zoom out. So you can either go ahead and click this button right here, that's going to be grid view. Otherwise, what you can do is just manually move this over here, but there's an easier way to zoom in and out. If you hold command and scroll, you can do it this way and it's a lot nicer and easier. And from there, I learned I like the first one better, so I'll go ahead and delete that and then zoom back in. But this is kind of plain and I want a little bit more to it, so I want to add an actual background color. So if you go over here to elements, you can search whatever you want. In this case, I want a gradient graphics, and then if I go ahead and click it, it's just gonna bring it over here and I'm gonna have to manually do it. And that's kind of annoying, especially if it takes, a while to do it. Just send it to the back. So instead what you can do is go ahead and just drag the element that you want, and then just make sure when you drag it, there's not an element on top of it. So since this is a picture right here, it's gonna go ahead and stay there. So I wanna move it to somewhere where there's nothing, which would be right here, this corner. And there, that's definitely starting to look a little bit more like a thumbnail. but I kind of want to go ahead and move this image. I want the finger to be shown, and I want it to just barely touch it. So if I want to go ahead and move it, I can just hit the arrow keys left and right and move it 1 by 1, which is basically 1 pixel. Or if you hold shift and then arrow key, it'll go ahead and move it by 10 pixels at a time. So it just makes it a lot easier. Hopefully these tips and tricks help you out in using Canva a little bit better and a little bit more efficiently. And if you like this video, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell notification to know when the next video comes out. And until next time, see ya.